Sangha. I generally, I got to be honest with you, I generally, there aren't very many white women in Chinese. And I like Asian women. And
OK，不是，你懂我的这些啥子？你的呀，是没什么得出来的，都没什么，让他的。看，okay, first we take a deep breath. Inhale fully and exhale all stress. Once more, please inhale and expand your chest and stomach. And exhale all your stress. Once more, inhale. And exhale. Okay. What do you have? Is okay? Oh, that's good. Yeah. Yeah. Let's see. Also, Mark and Demelia, very good. They're very good practitioner. You know. Melissa, Steve, Pete, Dashi from Baltimore is here.
Friends.
Huh?
I said old friends.
Old friend or new friend?
Steve.
Yes, yes. Steve, yes. And then we have Pauline Long from Los Angeles, I guess somewhere from California. Here's a today chat up. Soon today chat up. Okay. Everyone is relaxed. Okay. We're so fortunate to have this time together, reflect on the wisdom of the Buddha, the enlightened one, which means all our mental obscurations, mental delusions, which are the root cause of all the problems, suffering in the individual and for enlarge everybody in the samsara. There are so many systems, as you see, so many ways to do, regulate it, so many regulations, all just to control, to have peace, to have happiness. But you see, at the end, nothing is for the solution of the total suffering. See, Dharma is the only one. See, so we appreciate that. We should rejoice that and appreciate yourself. So I have done something good to deserve these precious teachings that Buddha taught. Now I must do better. Means to be a better human being. So that's as this morning we'll touch some basic, and as you know, you have met many great teachers, and you have read many books as well. So here what I'm talking is just to refresh, some reminding. So at the end, it's all is our own mind. You can see when the mind is the wrong place, then the confusion, the suffering there. And the mind is not that easy and so on in some ways. In some ways, very easy. So we are here, the enlightened master, Drikung DHARMAKIRTI, as I mentioned, few, I reflected few his life stories, So he's giving here teachings. We who don't have much time to spend, we don't have long time, since we have the short time. So during this, he taught all the essence of the teachings, brought together, and giving his heartfelt advice, sincerely, to free ourselves from all the sufferings. The mind is the key. If we have that key and open the lock, then we can make it. So appreciate that. Oh, better so to somebody, Sudo Kayo me Baba, Sudo Kayo me Baba, Nivato me Baba, Sango Sufi me Baba, Sarva Karma Suzame, Tevin Shriya Sarva Tadan Gadan Badran Nami, Bargin Baba, something, side to all. As we read it in verse 19, the nature of the mind is like clear water, you see. Milarepa said, look at the ocean. Meditate, no difference, the surface and the beneath, like the ocean in your mind. And then the disciple asked, I feel very comfortable meditating like the ocean, no difference of the beneath and the surface, but I feel uncomfortable when the waves in the ocean moves around. And the Milarepa said, if you feel comfortable with meditating your mind as the ocean, the waves are just a manifestation of the ocean. They come and go. There's no difference. So like that, all the thoughts of the mind rise from the mind and dissolve into the mind. It doesn't go anywhere. So this is again also the incense and the smoke. They are all same. So we need such a mindfulness, heedfulness as described. These are the key. Don't forget, don't distract it from outside. Bring back to your mind and just relax. When here DHARMAKIRTI mentioned, describes practice loving kindness, compassion, bodhicitta, because that gives you how to calm your mind. Gaze in the sky, in the space. Look at the space, outer space, infinite. And it is such a great space. There's no obstruction. There's no end of that. Likewise, in the inner space. So that inner space has such great space to extend your loving kindness, compassion without limit. Let the cloud disappear. And then the cloud, the conceptual thoughts, means like attachment, aversion, they make the limit of your mind. When there's anger, then your mind is totally into that object. Our mind is stuck there, no space. And that there's no any peace and happiness. It's nothing but suffering. No. And when there's a strong, pernicious attachment, again, our mind is stuck there, ingrained in that state. And there's nothing but only suffering, you see. When these are taken care of, let that go. The cloud, that, the wave, that, let dissolve into that. And pervade your mind with the loving kindness and compassion to all direction. The inner space, not outer space. Because the inner space has no limit. When you come to know, when you come to realize one thing and know everything, all the knowledge is totally blossomed, as Buddha did. So when Buddha said, when I know everything, the past, the future, the present, then it just reached to the limitless corner. That's our mind, we have that quality. But we achieve that only when we make the effort. And it can reach. It's reachable. It's a matter of time. Matter of your indefatigable effort. Then you see. So that's what is in our teaching here. So here, now verse 21. From beginningless time, the nature of your mind is free from elaboration. And there's nothing to elaborate. That's as it is. Means free from all the defile, fabrication. That's your mind. That's you have. So, sir, maintain that state. So there's no need for many crude, fabricated heedfulness. Then don't create anything. Just remain there with mindfulness. That's called how to tame the mind. Purify your mind. When that's established, there's so many people, they're making so much effort, working hard. They're trying everything to things to work, make them happy, but always unsuccessful because it's fabricated, it's contrived, it's mentally what's called the perceptual thoughts and liberate it, then all its counters coming round, and it becomes a factory of this suffering and confusion. So see, there is no need for many crude, fabricated heedfulness. It's a fabricated heedfulness, you see. Before we need heedfulness. So you need a heedfulness on the base, on the unfabricated nature to maintain that. Okay. We don't maintain fabricated mind with heedfulness. Being beyond the intellect, whatever arises, don't fixate, but be in the state of non-distraction instead. See, don't be mindful in the fixated state of the mind and the fabricated state of the mind, but be mindful in the unfabricated state. And this, relax there. So compassion is your nature of the mind. And compassion makes the connection between Buddha and sentient beings. Milarepa said, see, Milarepa who meditate in the mountain, in the solitude, remain there. And the sentient beings outside, they have such strong devotion. So there is a connection to benefit the sentient beings. That interdependence is compassion. So Buddha may be very wise, knows everything, but without compassion, then what we should do? There's some people so intellectual, so wise, they can speak for days. So maybe people impress their intellectual understanding, but there's little connection with people. But there who has great compassion, sincerity, and that brings them blessing, and people just run after that. They try to get all the blessings because of their compassion, the bodhicitta, the mind of enlightenment, you see. So, when Milarepa draw the deer and the dog because of his great compassion, his great bodhicitta, that becomes the skill means the dog and the deer felt the blessing of that, that he could help. See. So, so to liberate as they rise is my heartfelt advice. When the thoughts, the fabricated thoughts arise in the mind, let it liberate what's called within the free from the liberation. Liberate within the emptiness. Just see that there will exist nowhere. Just meditate there. It's the mind, nature of the mind. So that mind free from all liberation, you see, cannot see, cannot say investigate in the machine. No matter how full machines are there, but they can only capture through the meditation, through the practice. So we have to make that happen. If here anybody can make that, then it will help so many people in the country and in the world. See, but first you have to practice yourself, meditate, relax. As I mentioned, the Buddha's teaching becomes so strong in Tibet because I think the Milarepa who made the history. Buddhism was coming from India to Tibet from the 7th century, especially 8th century, and the 9th, 10th century. Keep coming. There are many great scholars, but Milarepa who attained enlightenment in a single lifetime. And then, his teachings just went on. Regardless of any lineage, everyone admired Milarepa's ability, his qualities, his example of his life story. Even our great teachers nowadays, when they hear just Milarepa's name, the tears build in their eyes. So that we should have that in our teachings. So then 22, the diversity of appearances of the 6 consciousnesses is unceasing. Do not grasp after them, do not follow them. Whatever appears itself, the fundamental nature of the mind itself. To release into this abiding nature is my heartfelt advice. This is now practice the Mahamudra, if you know. So this all teaches the Mahamudra. Milarepa said once there, whatever appears, in your mind from outside, if you have no realization of their nature, and you are caught, you're just caught into that dualistic mind. It's the state of the confusion. Means, as you know, you see all this in reality nature is illusory nature, but we perceive as something real. That's what's kind of confused. It's all flexible, just transitory nature. It's like the moon's reflection in the lake. You see the moon in the lake, very precise, you can see. We all agree there's moon's reflection in the lake. You cannot touch. You can hold on. Everything's there like that nature. but we're grasping something through the artificial, fabricated mind. See, so that it caught our mind there, becomes the dualistic mind. Saint Minerva said, as soon as you realize that appearance as illusory nature, then that appearance, the illusory nature is the ornament of the mind. So you see all the beauties of these things. Nothing exists independently. So like that, so the diversity of appearances of the six consciousness, you see, the eye, ear, nose, tongue, body, and mental consciousness. That's the eyes. From the eyes, you see the forms, sound, hear, smell from nose, taste from the tongue, and tactile from the body, and mental. See, all this come. You see, you cannot prevent them. You cannot stop them. See, so consciousness is unceasing. But they come and go. So that's why I said, do not grasp after them. Do not grasp that as something real that you can hold on. All the thought rise relation to these subjects. So don't grasp on that through the attachment, through the anger, through the hatred. Just they come and go on. See, do not follow them. It's like a mirage. Sometimes you see when you drive in the summer, hot weather, the paved road, you can see from distance, there was maybe a big rain, the road is wet, shining, but actually it's just mirage. So it's mirage. No matter how much you try to grasp, hold on, at the end, just brings the disappointment. So that is cause of the suffering. So say, release that. Do not grasp after them. Do not follow them. Whatever appears is itself the fundamental nature of mind itself, all the projection of the mind. When you see some things, I like it, it's your mind. When you see some things you don't like, I say, I don't like it, it's because your mental projection. It's the mind. Sometimes you have some friends, some wonderful friends you meet. When you have very good connection with each other, you say, the friend says, I can die for you. But then when that connection goes wrong, then I will sue you. You see, there's a mental projection. Precisely, the fabricated mind, creating all these things. So you realize this all the projection of your mind, the product of the mind. So there's individual and the collective, you see. That's as mentioned, like I said, this morning, when you see the butter is coming from the milk, but milk is not the butter, and butter is not the milk. But without the milk, there's no butter. If you go through details, it's very inconceivable. It's all just this, manifestation of the interdependent, interconnected. The play of the interdependent is fascinating. So it's inconceivable for our ordinary mind, but Buddha can perceive distinctively without any mistake each and everything how that functions. So to do this, as I mentioned, the three training is indispensable. The training of the moral ethics, the training of the meditative concentration, and the training of the wisdom, awareness, intrinsic mind. See, that brings the mind in the right place. In that right place, then you see you have such mental power. So to release into this abiding nature is my heartfelt advice, you see, step by step. There's 5 parts: part of accumulation, part of preparation, part of special insight, part of meditation, and or part of perfection, you say. So this is a part of the meditation. We meditate, reflect on this. So here Dharmakirti is going step by step, more details. Oh, the details are so precious, so important. So next 23 he says, thinking this is non-meditation is a thought. So I'm meditating is a thought. Now I'm meditating in the non-meditation is a thought. So this very fine, very subtle, see. Thinking this is meditation is yet another thought. Therefore, do not think of either meditation or non-meditation. So sometimes you feel, how should I do this? How that can happen? Either I meditate or either I not meditate. What? How to do that? You're confused. But this is the learning process. Step by step, as a mission, that's called effortless meditation. That's called the meditation with effort and meditation without effort. So here's a meditation without effort. Then you'll see. It's like you see, to create the engine of the car, you have to make a lot of effort, work hard, make the engine. Then the driver sits in the, in the car, turn the engine, then engine runs, no effort. See, but to make that engine, you have a lot of work to do. So meditation, preparing all the things, a lot of efforts we need. See, there's no magic. So you sit down, meditate, the mind goes everywhere. You bring back your mind and goes out there. Bring back here, it goes out there. You bring back there and goes there. Then you don't want to sit. So I can't meditate. See. So sometimes you become crazy. Because you start to express. Cannot help. You cannot express the mind. You have to leave the mind like the cotton ball. You know cotton ball? Very soft and gentle. You have to leave the mind that way. Then your meditation becomes so comfortable. Then you can meditate for days without any distraction. That happened, when. Have you heard of Rejumba? One of the top disciples of Milarepa. So Milarepa was meditating on the mountain, the cave, and nothing. The Rejumba was born in the family. Then when he was in the teenage, he looked after the animals, going outside in the way on the mountain. He released those animals daytime and then bring back to the home. So one day, then he just wandering there and met Milarepa. And he was very interested. So first he had a lot of discussions with Milarepa. And then he was very interested. Then he requested Milarepa to teach instruction. So Milarepa, he's skilled on how to teach what that individuals need. So Milarepa gave the instruction. And that, in the afternoon, it was like in the afternoon, that he was meditating there. And he got the meditation. And then he's just totally absorbed in the meditation. And then the house, his stepfather, so much worry about him. Now he didn't come. What happened? No. Before that, there's got some message there that his child was meeting. There's some great yogi, but didn't know, obviously. So next day he got up early in the morning, went to see Milarepa. I heard my child is going here around to look after the animals, but he didn't return last night. I'm worried so much about him. By the way, if you have seen him, Milarepa said, yeah, he was here so yesterday in the afternoon. And we have some discussions of Dharma. But then he left, said. And he looked around and then found under cave, he was meditating there. Because it is in the morning now. And then his stepfather asked him, no, where you have been, you know? So I've been here just a few minutes ago. He was total in meditation. Just a few minutes ago. And he said, you see, yesterday you went, it didn't come. And now this is the morning. And he looked outside, it's the morning. Oh, you know. So that's called effortless meditation. So this is what it's talking about here. I'm meditating, it's not a meditation. I'm not meditating, it's not a meditation. See? So these can be only through experience, not through intellectual talking, you know. Cannot resolve through talking discussions, but through your own experience. So what this Dharmakirti is talking about. Then because of that, Milarepa gave all the instructions, and he became the second most powerful disciple of Milarepa. The first was Kambupa. So to settle the mind at ease, you see, is my heartfelt advice. Now next is more profound. You see, without judging whether it is or it is not. When thought arise, do not follow them with another, but let them go. Do not modify, negate, or establish. Maintain the freshness is my heartfelt advice. It's very profound. Those who meditate or those who want to meditate. So this is the very profound teaching. This called mudra. Because mind is, as mentioned, mind is very complex by itself. So to handle the mind, to know the mind, to really identify our mind. See, it's neither high nor low, no far, no close. It is everywhere, it's nowhere. So, that's what it's talking about. Okay? There's nothing to judge, but you have to have the skill. So that's why great masters are very important, especially earlier, you know. This holding the whole great titles, such this title, this, you know, who studied for many years, 20 years, 30 years, 40 years, you know, but without this kind of experience, doesn't do any good. This will have to free from samsara. You have heard of samsara, no, nirvana, one hand, two sides. Your mind is your mind. When your mind is confused, it's grasping, hold, ingrained with these all dualistic thoughts of attachment, aversion, arrogance, jealousy, greed, or you can just think of it as samsara. You see. And that very mind itself, when you look at it, where it exists nowhere. So as soon as when you are confused about that, it's a samsara. When you are indulged in that, I like, I don't like, all these things, then it's a samsara. As soon as when you see that, there's nothing to give up, nothing to hold on, nothing to achieve, that is, it's nirvana. It's not being a naive. There's also danger. Sometimes you're being naive, Or say it's okay, everything's just okay. That's also not the case, Okay. You have to be very precise, very smart. You know every details. See? So this, you understand? Some way, Now here we are just as a public talk. I'm talking, And when you go to retreat, then this as a teacher lead you step by step. The skilled, great teacher lead the disciples, step by step. Oh, that. So teacher needs such great mission, compassion, and indefatigable qualities, such a powerful mind. When Lord Gyaltsen, he gathered hundreds of thousands of disciples, if you read his life story. The son comes such a scholar who knows all the Buddha's teaching, great scholar. They try to come and debate or discuss. As soon as those call comes, he has something to say that they're fully convinced, totally say they understand about his ability, and that there's a root guru. And the son comes so stupid, knows nothing, and then says, I come here just to see you. I don't know anything. Please help me, And then he look at that individual and he can give instructions, do this. And they get the message. And that leads towards enlightenment. He doesn't say, oh, you stupid, get out of here. You know nothing, what I can do, what I can help you. He never ignores anybody. Anybody who comes there to see him, he can help. So some of his disciples are so kind of highly accomplished masters. Gyaltsen says, these are like me, many teachers. And some are so ignorant, stupid, People just say, look down on them. This is a disciple. Gyaltsen knows nothing, But he never give up anybody from his compassion. from his wisdom. So we as a practitioner, don't feel I know nothing, I'm so stupid. Don't feel that. You study, you practice Dharma, develop devotion to Buddha, because you have Buddha nature. See, we have the capital, the Buddha nature within us. We should capitalize that and then practice Dharma. You'll get something, definitely, no? Because Buddha is the who is fully awakened the mind of the Buddha nature. See, no? And there's some may say, oh, I know, I have studied so many years, I'm a little expert, had some feeling of hiding. So, oh, because there's some kind of, your ego is little. So that time you say, slow down, okay. And I have to touch the foundation. Well, so that's why I said they made this without judging whether it is or it's not. When thought arise, do not follow them with another, but let them go. Do not modify, negate, or establish. To maintain freshness is my heartfelt advice. The freshness that mind, when your mind is relaxed, calm, peaceful. That's the freshness of the mind. But we have to have wisdom eye to recognize that. And we have to have the skill to maintain that state. Meditation. That's called meditation. Otherwise, there's nothing to meditate, nor nothing to meditate. So now this as mentioned, developing step by step. Here I said, without dualistic hope and fear and accepting and rejecting. Engage in physical and verbal action within the state free from elaboration. And allow contrived thought to dissolve into space and to settle in the natural state is my heartfelt advice. See? And now we have all this duality, dualistic thought. In our own mind, right or wrong is duality. I feel good or not feel good is duality. Samsara nirvana is duality. Oh, it's in the dualistic thought, But the assimilation, when you look at the mind itself, there's nothing good to be hold on, bad to be reject. So that's it's called without dualistic hope and fear. We have hope for the attachment. We have fear for the aversion. So when there's a hope, we try to achieve what we are hoping for. When there's a fear, we try to reject what we fear of that things. This all in our samsara, you see. This whole samsara is built between hope and fear. So there's no end of suffering. So we'll get this. So it says, so without that hope and fear, engage in the physical and verbal action within the state free from elaboration. See. You express that which is inexpressible. The inner, the inner experience itself that you cannot express. It's inexpressible. Just for example, this, look at this. Cheesecake. Just an example. The group of people have not experienced the taste of the cheesecake. And there's one person, man, any teacher who knows the cheesecake well. And to those group of people, we explain that this is a cheesecake. This cheesecake tastes like this, and explain how it is made and how it tastes like. Just explain all that group of people. And then the group of people, still they don't know what it tastes like cheesecake. They say, oh, looks like so delicious. But still you don't know really. After giving the long talk, lecture on that, and then you order cheesecake to all the participants. They all eat. Oh, this is what cheesecake is like. Now they can see. Now you ask, what's like cheesecake, Oh, it's delicious. It's good. But how it is good? Oh, there's no any word can explain what cheesecake is like, you see. Can you understand now? There's a Dharma, study, practice, experience. So that's what Milarepa said. I translated that in the Suffering of Transformation Suffering, the book. I translated the ones songs of Milarepa, relation with the refuge. In there said, those who have not experienced these teachings, what I can say is good or not. No. Those who have not experienced the Dharma teaching, this, how wonderful this is. No, you tell this Dharma is so beautiful, so precious, all these things. Oh, this is Buddhism. That's a Buddhist. I'm not interested. You say that, Not realizing it is reality nature. Not realizing how that is so profound and so kind of way how to uproot all the delusions, See, it's not the Dharma teaching, it's not a Buddhism or Buddhists created or some Buddhists made. But Buddha realized as it is as a mission. And they taught so that I attain Buddhahood. So if you practice, follow me, you will achieve that, which means free from all the suffering. Have all the total undefiled joy and happiness and peace. See, to that you see, Buddha was such a great teacher. After Buddha attained Buddhahood, enlightenment, for 45 years he's taught all these teachings. And helping all the confused people, individuals. He faced a lot of difficulties. There are a lot of people don't like, because he was the first teacher, Buddhist. And they say, oh, there's the young man who called Buddha, he teaches this, and this is not our way, So, but without any fear, getting exhausted, just he taught. And those who followed, this is got such great benefits. After first you see, only when first when he taught, how many disciples there? He taught first 4 Noble Truth. How many?
Oh, 5, right?
Only 5 disciples, When he taught, there's only 5 disciples. The 4 Noble Truths, you see. Then after that, then his message went round. People started individually coming together. Then second turning of the Dharma teachings, then so many hundreds, thousands. Then the third turning is so many. But in between, as mentioned, he faced a lot of such challenges. But he helped each individuals. Just like one example, this also I tell this story. This I told, yeah. No, I didn't tell this yesterday. But I told this story many times here also as well, the past time, in the past. So in one of the countryside, forest, jungle, there was one man and very strong, but robber, And then he just take advantage. The people who are going around, he robs. And when they don't listen to him, he just beat them. Sometimes he killed them, So this is just that for years he was doing that. Then one time Buddha happened to be that area, went through that side. And then he met Buddha. Then he just fronted Buddha. He introduced himself, what he's doing there. Oh, this is what I do, this is how I live. So he introduced himself. And he doesn't know that there's Buddha, some individual. So he holds his sharp knife in his hand. That time there was no gun. Okay. Then since he introduced to Buddha, now he said, today's your turn. I will rob you what you have. Or maybe I can kill you. Buddha said, I have nothing. I have this ball. And he said, maybe I'll kill you. So then, but Buddha didn't show he has a fear. Just talk very gently, nicely, but without fear. So when he noticed that Buddha has no fear, he thought this man is a little strange, because before when I meet any people, they're afraid, they cry, but he has no fear. So what is not this person? Then Buddha said, before you kill me, you there's a small tree. Buddha said, can you bring down the leaves of that tree? So Buddha said, first he said, I have two questions. So first this one. So he did. He just took all the leaves down very easily. And Buddha said, yes, you are strong. I'm very impressed. Then he said, what's your next question? And Buddha said, can you put back all the leaves? No. And then he was a little confused, Say, this is very strange. Why is he doing this to me, What is testing me, So he's thinking about these things. And at the same time, when Buddha asked second, could you put back? Since he could not, and that caused some kind of little intimidated, and feeling of little embarrassing, because first he showed his all strength, how strong he was. The second, when he could not put back, then he was thinking, what now? What should I do? This. So then he forgot to kill Buddha. So that, since Buddha said, you see, you have every effort, ability to destroy the tree, but you don't have any ability to put back. So look in your life, how many people you have killed, robbed, have beaten. You just reflect in your mind. There are so many people begged you, please don't do this, but you have no concentration. So he thought about these things. Then he remembered there's some people, tears building their eyes and begging, join the hand, please, no, don't kill me, please don't rob me. This. At that time, he has no sympathy. So when Buddha said these things, something just came out of his mind. Oh, I did so all the bad things. Buddha says, just for you to survive yourself, one man to survive, how many people you have killed, robbed. So then he built because Buddha's skill, wisdom, and the compassion touch his heart. And then he remembers what he did. He said, I made a big mistake. Thank you so much giving this opportunity. Now I understand. You have special message to me. No, I don't want to live like my life like this way. This is not right. I want to change my life. Can you help me? I want to follow you. So Buddha said, if you like, you may. So like that, you see, like that, helping individuals there. So individuals help like that. And then touch their heart and follow, purify their mental obscurations, regret it, all this. No. Have you heard of King Ajatashatru? No? You should read your ornamental regulation. You say. There's one verse writing in the Nagarjuna's letter. Have you read Nagarjuna's letter to friend? In that there, Nanda and Kyutije, Majeta, Sunten. There's four in that, say Nanda and then Kyutije, and I forgot in Sanskrit, and Angulimala, Ajatashatru, there's four. That each has a story that how Buddha helped those individuals. They purify the obscurations and free from samsara. So Ajatashatru was such a powerful king. His father was called King Bimbisara. If you have been to India, have you been to the Vulture Peak? Down in the Vulture Peak, that's called Rajgir. It's called the kingdom. He was the king of that area. He was his father was sponsor to Buddha, but somehow he himself involved with the Devadatta, the cousin of Buddha, who's challenging always with the Buddha. So because that he made a lot of mistake. At the end, then he was sick from this all the bad deeds, negative deeds. And the king of the physician could not help that king. Then at the end, when the king was so sick and going to die soon, and if he dies, he will go to the hellland because he did so many bad things. And then he asked the physician, the king of the physician, asked to come help me. And the king said, no, the physician said, I cannot help the doctor. Now the king said, what should I do now? Then he said, now there's one way, there's one method. You go to see Buddha and get help from Buddha. Now this is your last chance. Otherwise, I don't know. So the king was desperate, but he did a lot of things to to Buddha, because following Buddha, the Devadatta, the Buddha's cousin. So he was little kind of afraid that he was thinking Buddha is not happy with him because I did a lot of bad things, And then he asked that physician, that doctor, if I go to Buddha, do you think Buddha will help me? And then the doctor, physician said, oh, yeah, no doubt. If you go, Buddha will help. Buddha is ready to help you. So then the king asked the doctor, please, you come with me. Help me to get to there. So that time there was no limousine, you know. The king rode on the elephant, a giant elephant, and the road then went to in the Bacha Peak, where there's so many monks with the Buddha. Buddha was teaching, you know. And Buddha saw his coming, the king coming from distance. And then Buddha said, oh, welcome the king, you know. That he couldn't believe that Buddha said, saying to him. He was thinking, oh, what kind of king is coming from other planet? Must be some other planet, you know. And then he continued to walk and then went to the elephant, with the elephant. And again, Buddha said, welcome, king. Still, he couldn't believe the Buddha is coming to him. Must be from the king from Katran, from other planets. And then the third time, Buddha said, welcome, King Ajatashatru. As soon as when he heard the name, his name, he was so emotional. No. He developed such a strong devotion to Buddha. This is the Buddha. No, it has no any resentment, no any aggression. Anybody who comes is ready to help. So then he went forward to Buddha and he apologized. Oh, this I made a mistake. I apologize. I made this mistake through my stupid mind. And he said, not just only I purify my own negative deeds that I have done, but also negative deeds of all the sentient beings. Today I purify in front of you. And then Buddha was so pleased. King, you have done well. Not just only purify your own negative karma, but the negative karmas of all the sentient beings. This is the Bodhisattva's way of action. So you see, so when you do purifications, like Bodhisattva or any purification you do, you just bring all, including yours and all the sentient beings' negative karma. Actually, I purify. The appreciation beings free from suffering, achieve enlightenment. See? So that's what I'm talking about, how Buddha is helping sentient beings, you know. Yesterday I mentioned a stupid boy, now how Buddha helped him. And today the king, like this, all without any, what you call, discrimination, without judgment, just helping without effort. So that's how we're starting practicing the Buddha's teaching, you know. So we always should feel fortunate in this degenerated time. And we try everything, practice bodhicitta, and practice this wisdom of emptiness. This kind of what is called emptiness, Mahamudra now. This is exactly what the Mahamudra, okay? No. Sometimes people think Mahamudra is just nothing, you just it's there. There's nothing to avoid, nothing to achieve, and do all the negative things, not taking care of your mind. Here you see how much you have to take care of your mind. All the delusions, you have to make this there. It there exists nowhere. Totally, you see, purify. That's why I call Buddha is the perfection of the purification and the wisdom. Okay? So to settle in the natural state is my heartfelt advice. Okay. Oh. Want to have a short break? Then we finish rest one. So much left here. Bada Sato Samaya, Manupalaya, Bada Sato Tenoba, Teta Deto Membawa, Solo Kaya Membawa, Solo Kaya. Anorado Membawa, Sarva Siddhi Me Prayata, Sarva Karma Sudha Me, Tedam Shriya, Kuru Hum, Ha, Ho, Sarva Tata Gata, Badrama Mimuda, Barzimbawa, Mahasa. Sadhu Om Badra Sadhu Samaya Manu Palaya Badra Sadhu Tenopa Tita Tepa Sudo Kaya Membawa Subo Kaya Membawa Anurata Membawa Sarva Siddhi Sarva Karma Susame Chetana Shreya Kuru Hum Ha Ho Sarva Tata Gata Badra Mami Mundam Bawa Yasado Om Badra Sata Samaya Manu Balaya Badra Sato Tenopa Tita Tito Mem Sudo Kaya Membawa Subo Kaya Membawa Anuradam Sarva Siddhi Me Prayata Sarva Karma Sutame Tadam Shriya Kuru Hum Ha Ho Tata Gata Badra Mami Mundam Bante Bawa Ma Sama Sadhu. Okay, 15 minutes, 15, 20 minutes. Relax, stretch your leg within the framework of the Mahamudra. Okay. Okay. Mahamudra. Yeah, go. Yeah, go. I will follow slowly, because I have here something to digest. 내가 쉬도 pepe Oh,
I want to.
you have to
Yeah,
have to be on the way.
I have to. I want to.
Okay.
Um,
Wonderful.
good to see you.
Okay,
Thank you
yes,
for coming.
yes,
Coming by again.
yes, wonderful.
Good to see you.
Very good.
All right, great teaching.
Yes. Yes.
Or do you want to be?
No, yeah, relax.
I will give
Yes. Good. One word. Ah. Oh, no voy a ver. Voy a ver. Joder, no. Chilo, va. Mm. 张不多。嗯。
The commentary of the yogas of Naropa is not cultural. Yeah. I can't hear. I'm sorry.
Oh, please do.
You were asking about the commentary on the five yogas of Naropa. We thought about it was cultural Rinpoche. It's
Okay, but is it online?
I think it's online. I think it's on the Arizona website, but it's not something like in a
Okay,
translation.
so it's on GPI.
You could be on GPI.
That's fine.
And might very well be something in a translator, but I don't know.
If you can send me the name, give me the name.
I'll go look, I'll take a picture of
Yeah.
it and then email it to you. I still have your email.
Mm.
This is from, I guess this is the big project that they have.
Correct.
Es por eso yo le hago too. Yeah. Now I got ancient signature book.
Slow Joloma. How long should you reach? Oh, okay. Set up professional audio in there. Oh, okay. Oh, Bada Sada Samaya, Mami Baya, Bada Sada. Dedo Membawa, Soto Kayo Membawa, Soto Kayo Membawa. Sarva Sete Me Prayasa Sarva Karma Susa Me Tetam Shriya Kuru Hum Ha Ha Wana Sarva Dada Gata Bhagavana Nemo Sambandhem Bhavani Ya Satwa A Om Badra Satu Samaya Manu Palamya Badra Satu Tenupa Teja Deda Soto Kaya Membawa Soto Kaya Membawa Alirado Membawa Sarva Siddhi Sarva Karma Susame Sadan Shriya Kura Vana Sarva Dadam Gadam Badaram Nami Mudam Bhavam Ya Satwa A Om Badram Sato Samaya Mani Palaya Badram Satwa Tenupa Teja Dega Soto Kaya Membawa Soto Kaya Membawa Ani Nato Membawa Sarva Siddhi Karma Sudame Jandan Shriya Kuru Hum Ha Ha Da 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 Badrama Me Munda Banzim Bawa Samaya Sadu Ai. Okay. First, please take one deep breath. Exhale. So we have read until 25. Now 26 one. Rasemo Taba Matopa Jimmy over Njurchuni so contratagion Dala Kovechi, Yumotimo, Kuning Tamins. Until you have gained stability in your own nature of mind, contrived meditation such as 12 yogas and others, however labeled, are in fact the causes of going astray. So to sustain the original state is my heartfelt advice. And this is, as I mentioned, and we all need so much training on this. You see, this true, as mentioned, the true three training. The shamatha, meditative concentration, samadhi, is very important. It's the foundation, even though it is practiced by both Buddhist and non-Buddhist all, but still as a foundation, it's very important. Then on the base of that meditative concentration, then you kindle the special insight. It's called vipassana. The real vipassana. Now I don't know. There are a lot of vipassanas. As I say, awareness you're walking, awareness you're walking, awareness you're eating. This all shamatha, Awareness, vipassana is something solution beyond the samsara. So see, until you have gained stability, say, first we need the stability through the samadhi, meditative concentration. And then on the basis of that, special insight. So what is important is to synchronize the meditative concentration and the special insight. So they're inseparable, they come together. On the base of the moral ethics, say. And that contrived meditation such as the 12 yogas and others, however labeled, are in fact is causes of going astray. When you practice Mahamudra, they are called, there's a mention 12. First, there's a first four called one-pointed state. Then one-pointed free from liberation. And then one taste. And the last one is called non-meditation. So this four, they are called 4 yogas. Then this 4 yogas you multiply into 12, but you multiply into 3. From 4 multiplied 3 becomes the 12. That's called the 12 yogas. Or yes, all is called, that's okay. This process go through the 5 parts. 5 parts. First part is called part of accumulation. Part of accumulation is achieved on the base in the first four mindfulnesses. The mindful of the body, I'm sure you have heard of, mindful of this feeling, mindful of the mind, mindful of the Dharma phenomena. This all method to build the samadhi. So first you look at your body, as yesterday mentioned. We're so attached to our bodies, to release that attachment. It's not making the bodies bad, but just look at the reality nature of the body. Look at this, skin. It's the inner essence in the skin. Look at the flesh underneath the skin. It's the inner essence there. Ligaments, nerve systems, is the inner essence there. Then comes the bone, is the inner essence there. In the bone marrow, look at it. So you just be mindful. And then with this body, since we're the body, there's a feeling good, feeling not good, feeling neutral. How much we're attached to the feeling good, how much we hate the feeling not good. When you look at this, all mindful. First of all, body itself has no essence. So then what's the feeling? So you see, investigate those, relax, be mindful of all this. Feeling of the mind is so transitory nature. It exists nowhere. Yet the mind is there, but there's nothing to attach to the mind. The mind, the mindfulness of the phenomena, all the phenomena that exist are just temporary, all depends on many causes and conditions. They manifest, they dissolve. Like from empty space, you can build a big building, and that dissolves into the earth. So nothing stands permanently. So like this, all it's called the first four mindfulnesses. So like that, go through meditation. This all meditative state. So, and next, the part of preparation or part of application. There are 5 power. The devotion, faith. There's faith, devotion, and perseverance, mindfulness, and samadhi, and wisdom. This called the 5 factors of this. The five factors of the power. Next, it increases stronger. Top strength, power, 5 strength, 5 powers, 5 strength. This we built. Now faith to devotion to freedom of enlightenment and making effort for that and be mindful of this. And then 8, the wisdom. So when this 5 power becomes stronger, then your mind is very, you develop such a stability of the mind. So that because of that, it's called the strength of the 5 factors. There you achieve the one-pointed mind. Through this meditation, meditate on all things, temporary, nature of emptiness. So you see, through that you get a taste of emptiness. No, this is not taste, this is called one-pointed yoga. Then you just get a glimpse of awareness of the emptiness, not fully. That's called part of accumulation, not part of accumulation, part of preparation. Then part of preparation, part of application, apply to free from samsara. The one-pointed mind, you see. When this is built enough, then you see through this estimation by synchronizing this stability mind of the samadhi, meditative concentration, this samadhi and the special insight. There you see these mental afflictions exist nowhere. It's called the path of free from liberation. Even though you realize that, yet still the habit of these mental affliction through many lifetimes manifests. So that to need remind repeatedly, you have to meditate, always mindful awareness, continue from first bhumi to the 7th bhumi. So, you see, the first yoga is one-pointed yoga. The second yoga is the yoga to free from elaboration. The third yoga is called one taste. Then the nature of the samsara, nirvana, is one taste. You see, all these mental afflictions, the gross power, the powerful mental afflictions that what we have now is all just reduced. There's not much strength, but still there's left over. When that is practiced for for a long time, should say, many years or for a long time, then you achieve the path of no non-meditation. There's nothing to meditate. Some of the part of perfection. The attain to Buddhahood. So here, Dharmakirti is suggesting, before we really actualize the realization of Mahamudra itself, so don't follow all these things. It's another distraction. No? See, until you have gained stability in your own nature of mind, to contrive meditation such as the 12 yogas, counting this. So this mentioned these 4 yogas, then they're called this 3 each, the inferior, then medium, superior, Zijik Chung, Zijik Ding, Zijik Chimbo, like this. 3 each becomes 12. So don't count. Just continue, say, no. To sustain the original statements, your basic, the foundation, inseparable nature of the karma-abiding meditative state and the special insight. Without separation, you just continue that or sustain that instead of going through many stages. So this is such a, he experienced that. So from his within experience, he's giving advice to us. Otherwise, someday to count. Oh, this, you just keep counting. Then what are they? What do you do? What happens? All this, and then your mind is just distracted, and nothing. It doesn't help for your realization. So most important is you have to realize, meditate, go through, see. Oh no. Then in 27, he said, Simyudana Mayu Zen Tizata. Gashi Sinye Dok Pelon. Drujin Lasso Ningla. Parnitang. Delashi no. Kuyu Ningdam is very wonderful, When mind itself is trained, the root of fixating on oneself is freed. See, when your mind is totally relaxed, there's no, you see, there's no self. It exists. No. The self exists in our dualistic mind. The arrogance of the mind exists when our mind is arrogant. When the mind is busy in the society, you have to walk, without holding strong ego, you cannot accomplish anything, in the society. So you need unbeatable ego, And there's fighting, you see, you and we, plus between two people. And you make a group, and you make a party. You are this party, I'm this party, So this is because of the ego. So when you practice this, when you practice the three training, especially this synchronizing this two, this samadhi and wisdom, two, then there's no basis of the two. So I to hold what you are is there. If you gain what you get, benefit. Where you go from here, you go to nowhere, At the end, we have to leave everything behind. Even this body. Now from there, where you go? So from now on now, you take that. So that came through the meditation. See, when the mind itself is tamed through this meditation for a long time, the root of fixating on self is free. Then you are really free from the prison of the samsara. See? So there's no any now reason to see that, because it's not exist. But so some say no, and some claim, but some claim that they have realized the nature of the mind. I realized the mind. I'm great yogi, They proclaim themselves. Mind grasping on them, on them, believe that they are Mahasiddha. I'm Mahasiddha. I'm great yogi. They establish themselves. If somebody says something about that individual, very irritated, You have to always be very careful in what you're talking about, You have to respect. Oh, yes, you are right. You are right. Oh, I believe you, Then they're very happy. If you don't respect them, then they are not happy. So that shows there's something wrong, So this you see. One time, in a big gathering in that city or village, many people came. They invited Milarepa. Now, Milarepa, they made a special throne so to Milarepa to sit. And they also invited there some other Geshe logicians who studied a lot philosophies. And they also invited, say, please sit there. And when they saw Milarepa sitting on the high throne, they are not happy. They say Milarepa knows nothing, He's just, deceiving these poor village people, And then they started now. They were not happy at all. They want to bring down Milarepa on the ground, They started debating. Debating, started debate. Then Milarepa said something, and they were so upset. They throw dust in the hand, throw in the Milarepa's face, Say, you take it, And then Rinpoche was with Milarepa. Rinpoche was so upset. how dare they can treat my teacher like this? No, my teacher is like Buddha. How they can do this? And then Milarepa immediately said, Rinpoche, stop. This is where the distinction of the Dharma practice or not practiced. No. So Milarepa made such a special song how to handle this situation. Keep quiet, Anyway, this okay. This is nothing. It doesn't hurt you. So then next day, those two logicians went to Milarepa, apologized. Yesterday, I think we made some mistake. Please accept our apology, Milarepa said, oh, yes, that's fine, it's okay. But then still they said, we want to debate with you. As Milarepa said, leave me alone. Just I finished my debate. So you go your way, I stay my way, So like this, you see, it's testing your nerve, how your nerve is handling. So they say, I realize, like following the Mahasiddhas, but in their mind, the ego is well established. So, what's about that? Somebody's watching from the window, not coming inside. So, some claim that they had realized the nature of the mind and grasping onto the belief that there are Mahasiddhas, they're holding the title. So I'm Mahasiddha, title of the Mahasiddha. So you see, these are so precious. So it's to be repulsed by that is my heartfelt advice. As a practitioner, totally release that kind of grasping, fixation. Just keep your mind peace. Doesn't matter. There are a lot of stories in the past who are practicing these kind of things and who are not. So very precious. We're Dharma practitioner. We as a Dharma practitioner, we have to be very sincere, not deceive others. So just keep the Buddha's word. If you cannot help others, don't harm others. So if you do this way, it's harming others. It's not good. Yes, I know this. Yes, I can do this. Yes, I realize this. Actually, you don't have that ability. Then 28. I said, Dhamma, I didn't do. Sept shono, Drikung, when you realize your mind, students will gather spontaneously. There's no point wandering through country and towns. Country is place to place. And in sweating needs and little purpose in discipline beings with a tricky. Do not gather a retinue, or to not gather a retinue is my heartfelt advice. If I tell, look, I met Kunu Rinpoche. You have heard of Kunu Lama Rinpoche? Yeah. His life was very simple. He lived by himself. He has no any attendance. Later, one of our Drikung nun from Tibet came to India, and she was well-versed studying and also well practitioners, 100%. So she attended Kunu Rinpoche, and she received a lot of teachings. And then she was totally devoted, to practice under his guidance. So occasionally she serves, sometimes she cooks for him, but otherwise he didn't have any. In the early 70s, when I met Kunu Rinpoche, 72, 73, those times, he lived in a just a small, we should say, apartment house, in the hotel in India. It's not big, just his bedroom and a small place to cook. That much. And he just lives there. He lived as just very simple. First, he was not telling anything about him. So can I rent at this room? And he paid the rent. And he lived by himself. Later, the monastery now started knowing about him, and they request, we don't want to take rent. Please stay free, So no, I want to pay the rent. I don't want free, He said, but he lived so simple. And it was in Bodh Gaya. In the summer, it's very hot in Bodh Gaya. And it was in October. Well, from Varanasi, we met Jenny to see him. And at that time, there are few, so some people just going for pilgrimage and something to see him. So we got, I have a friend, we got such great opportunity, say Kunu Rinpoche, So we went to see him and receive blessings, and we request some teachings, and he was very generous in giving teaching. When he gives teaching, there may be like 6, 7, 8 people. Very small. And he doesn't mind. He gives those teachings, and then he says, now go, don't stay here. Go to your holy places. And that Drikung Kanto also, when she was there, he told her, now don't stay here, go. But she insists to stay there, receive teachings. She was so persuaded, determined. No matter how much he scolds her, she just bears it as a blessing. Still, she feels this is a blessing. I'm so happy because I cannot find this kind of teacher in the whole world. So, not this, that was saying, but his people who, even when in letter 76, yes, I received the jewel ornament of liberation. I met Journey to where in the Himalaya, mountain, the monastery there. And then that's his last part of his life. I went there to see him in teachings. There's not so many, but the teachings that people, the monks and nuns received there, they're so sincere, very simple, because he lives very simple life. And it means so much. So they say, when you realize your mind, students will gather spontaneously. You don't have to advertise. There is no point wandering through country, so place to place, and towns, initiating needs. So here in the West, we have to advertise, isn't it? Or such teachers come in, he or she is well established, all this in the scholarship, highly realized, we have to advertise, and totally opposite now, actually, Before, instead of teacher advertising the teacher, but the students that just chase the teacher and go there. As I mentioned, Lord Jigdasung's time, he just even say a few words. One time, he became more famous because of so many students coming, gathering. And one day, with a group of his disciples, walked on the grassland. And while they're walking on the grassland, a vulture was flying in the sky. And then he just gazed to the vulture. And he said few words to the vulture. And the vulture directly landed on the ground and meditating. So this a highly accomplished great master can communicate with the animals, like Milarepa did with the dog and deer, So vulture was meditating there. So that word of mouth went everywhere, from all over different places. They came. Let's go to see the Lama who can give the instructions to meditate to the vulture. Just effortless. The word of mouth went that way. That's how he gathered hundreds and thousands of disciples. Whole valley with the monks and nuns, with the color of the yellow robes just reflect in the sky. So that when you have that kind of bodhicitta, a relaxation of the mind or enlightened quality, then just students are gathered. So see, what he's saying is that we're very sincere to ourselves. Don't deceive yourself. Our ego, do these things to ourselves. So when you have ego, then I'm better than others. Why are you looking down on me, like these things? When you reduce the ego, if other people look down on you, so you just accept it. I'm very happy. I'm very happy that I can practice this. It's okay. So that what that does is, first of all, it keeps yourself peace. Because our ego gives us such a difficult time, not allowing you. The ego doesn't allow you to keep to stay peace. Ego is irritating you. This person said this to you. You remember they said this. You must do something. You must retaliate. This there comes the retribution. All these things because the ego. So it was purified. When you did this other way around, then people will respect you. Then you see other people notice you are a decent human being. You are so kind. You are so helpful. And then people started respecting you. Like great masters. You look, So that's the saying, see. So not to gather a retinue is my heartfelt advice. This is exactly what Rinpoche does, or he did. He tried to get rid of all this after teaching, He gave the teachings and then he just get rid of all, just go, get out, don't stay here. Now here, next 29, well, we're coming close. Noche Jawa Poma Kerang, Shele Bang, Norki Kurban Du, Leshe Papa Dolo Tala Re. These are after you practice for some years, and then you start getting some kind of responsibilities, and then these things can happen. So, having promised to abandon material concerns, so I renounce, as yesterday mentioned, you renounce the samsara. I renounced all the collections, and you just talked about that, and you practice about these things. And after that, but continuing to gather disciples and a retinue with wealth obtained from others. Engaging in eloquent conversations around the hurt and longing after celebrations. Then just mention, then we advertise. We have such a great teacher. Can you come? You come, gathering all those, and then we just a lot of abundant wealth, and then there comes, cut together, there comes all the problems, suffering, jealousy, all there. So because of this, so when you read his life story of Jigten Sungkun, so as he gathers hundreds of thousands of disciples, there's some very rich, they also offer so much wealth, So what he did was he appointed what's called treasure. So you collect all this and then you distribute to all the monks who are coming. Okay. He lives very simple life with the attendants who cooks for him, and that's it. So there's life story in his life story written. Whoever has anything, there's place to offer. They make offerings. So maybe she said dinners. Then whoever doesn't have anything, there's place to ask. So all the wealth is shared to all the monks, hundreds of thousands, And what his message is, all must. The teaching that I taught you must as mentioned here, meditate, practice, don't waste your time, don't wander here, there, sit in the retreat place. There's so many just that died in the mountain. There's no history, no record. So that's how established the Buddha's teaching. That's how to benefit sentient beings, to free from samsara. And as he mentioned, Jidasunghu pointed the mind of that nature mind, and now you practice this, you're gone, don't waste your time, go to retreat. Sometimes when the monks are now, this is similar. Not doing enough, not doing practice, wandering here, there, they go to the gathering, receive teachings and going around. And then Jidasunghu says, either you go to retreat or I go to retreat. One time he did, literally, So the thousands of disciples can get together, and then there's this, becoming busy here, there, and then quietly he went to a place called Sept, place. And next day they didn't see Jesus going. All the monks, where he was, where's he going, wandering, and then finally they found he out there in the town. And there he made such a song. So teaching. That song is translated in English. Okay. Very beautiful song he made that. So then all the monks then they came there, requested him and come back. And then everyone, then he divided all the monks, go to the Mount Kailash, as he mentioned, Mount Kailash, Lajisno Mountain, Dari Mountain, hundreds and hundreds, thousands of just go there, retreat, go there and meditate. And not only that, he was so organized. Some of the best his disciples were highly accomplished masters. So this is your leader. Now you receive teaching from him because I taught everything to him and you receive teaching from him. That's how Buddha's teaching is established. We don't hear these things, but it's very important to hear, So what I'm saying is just only a few words, Oh yeah, that's it, Digital this is it, To abandon these sorts of things is my heartfelt advice. Oh, the offerings are given to the practitioners because he only built one famous stupa. That's only he built. It's called the stupa of the many doors that he built because, for the memory of his teacher, Pamutuba. That how it happened was when he was, Talakampu? Have you heard of Talakampu? The seat of the Kampupa. He went there and he stayed in the cave of where Kampupa was meditating. Then one day he saw the very holy mountain, whole mountain as the palace of Chakasamvara, carried by the Dakinis, demonstrated, and those who saw all this. In that palace, there are 84,000 deities. On the top, all our lineage masters, root lineage masters. Then below that, all the yidams, Chakasabara, Guya Samaja, Hepachara, so forth, all the deities. Below that, all the 1,000 Buddhas and Bodhisattvas, Dharma protectors. So there are 84,000 enlightened beings he perceived. And the center was the Chakasambhara. Precisely he saw that. That he built, he built it's a stupa. They call 84,000 doors in each window, she said, in each window, then this deities are there. That he built in Drikung monastery. That he spent some offerings there to build that. Other than that, there's no history. He's building this monastery, that monastery, He went there and built that monastery. There's no history in that. All the offerings are just given to the practitioners. And also, you look at the Milarepa, of course, only Marba asked him to build. There's a tower, Otherwise, Milarepa has no history building anything, He always stayed in the cave, in the Mount Kailash, Lapchi, wherever you go, you see the cave. And Kapopa also, only one temple that hold the monks together. But other than that, there's no history. Kapopa was building anything. But the Dharma was so fresh. So our focus should be Dharma study, practice this too. This will prolong the Dharma. Had to continue wisdom. The Buddha's teaching continue. So keep in the mind that we study, practice these teachings. Okay. Then here next is 30. So Jimba Jimbu Dongshin Lembu Len, Dujung Lembu Son Jendo Law, Jeno Tabu Trojin Sholonche, Yimu de Kun Nindamis. As for giving and receiving of gifts or offerings, to receive alms without a sense of proportion, or to plunder and pretend to be in need, to abandon such disheartening action is my heartfelt advice. The other what is saying is, those who want to make offering, and the receiver just receive them. That's it. But don't plan, I want to make these things, and you collect money, or this is it, not necessary. Telling, understanding of this, no need, but in the mind you want something, so you touch choices, and skillfully you're taking others' offerings. That's not the appropriate, Planter and pretend to be need. Here, I'm not quite sure the translation is good, but this means touchy wongji, talking, shorongchi. That kind of pretending of the things. Yimu you desire to have all these things, to abandon such disheartening action is my heartfelt advice. But what is saying is, regarding to this is there's calm. There's one special, contentment. 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 What is saying is, of course, you need to eat, wear clothes, place to live as a nation. But if you know how to content that, I have some food to eat, I'm so appreciative. I have place to live, I'm so appreciative. What I need more than this. And that kind of, if you have a lot, also you should appreciate that some people have a lot of things, but still they don't know how to appreciate. There's some, just example, there's some have billions, still not satisfied. They want to make more billions. So no appreciation, no contentment, you see. There's no end. If such individuals, if owns this whole world, so now I own this whole world. Now I look for another world where I can get that. There's no end. I think one time, Gandhi, Mahatma Gandhi, he said, this earth can provide enough the needs the people of this planet. But this planet cannot provide the greed of even one person. It's very good, isn't it? Yeah. So Nagarjuna's letter, they mention, from all the wealth, the contentment is the best wealth. And this is said by Buddha. So you should learn how to content. If you know how to content, if you're poor materially, but you are rich. That really does, If you got, like, say, a bowl of meal in the morning, you appreciate, good or bad, doesn't matter. So I got this, I'm so grateful. This is the collection of many efforts of many people. And I'm so happy I got this. If you know how to content that, appreciate that, you feel so happy. Otherwise, you say, this is not so good. They're looking down on me. This is not good enough, And you don't know how to appreciate, Then you only suffer. So this one. Okay. The next 31 is that in Tibetan, this is so good, Regardless of whatever qualities of abandonment, realization that may have risen in your experience. Do not brag about them to others, but conceal them deep within instead. Even in those whose virtues are less than yours, to cultivate, rejoice in them is my heartfelt advice. If you achieve, experience good qualities, meditation, you may be highly accomplished. So don't go around, oh, I have this experience, I'm realized. Just hidden inside yourself. That way, your ego is not promoted to reduce your ego. Otherwise, oh, I have experienced this, that meditation, and then you develop your ego, and it's not good. It's obstacle. So DHARMAKIRTI is giving such a precious advice. And there are some people who are lower than yourself in the study, education, or maybe it's a practice, or still don't look down. You rejoice what they have. You appreciate what they have. So precious. This is a story I have. Atisha does that. There's many people gathering to him, and there's some little not so good, naughty, if he sees some good qualities of that person, he says, oh, you see, this is very good. Yes, this, this quality. So many people don't like that, Then one time they arrange such a one person who has no any good qualities, Then ask Atisha, what kind of qualities you see this person? And the Atisha said, oh, I join my hand. He has Buddha nature, See, I think this is such precious, So this is how we can live in our Sangha society harmoniously. See each different qualities they have. We rejoice that, There are some, of course, limitations. Don't look at the limitations. That can be improved. But there's good qualities, we appreciate that. Even Atisha says, this bad person has Buddha nature. If he study, he can achieve enlightenment. And also Kunu Rinpoche says, Atisha joined hand devotion to the dog. Says, the dog has Buddha nature, So that they have that kind of great insight, wisdom, have that ability, courage. See, this is how we should say courage, not stupid, wisdom, insight. So we practice these things. Okay. Oh, now time is very good. Dola says, Mendrushin, Rande Pasha Shenke, Changmejo, Gayan Zimmer, Lotte Changyanso, Lamyo Jeba, Kuring Dames is also very good advice. Do not allow the love for all beings to fade away. Always practice loving kindness, compassion to everyone. At the beginning mission, this is the foundation of the Buddha's teaching. And this is that we have to bring into your heart. In the morning you get up, may everybody have peace and happiness. May everybody free from suffering. And simply may they achieve enlightenment. Just do this practice. And that will bring real peace in your mind. It heals our mind, our body. Oh, see? Then abandon self-praise and do not expose the faults of others. Now, don't hook for the praise. Don't fish. We said, don't fish for the praise. You say that? We used to say that? Oh, don't fish for the praise. Sometimes I do, you know. So I did this, looking for somebody to praise me, you know. I went there, did this wonderful things, and then what people loved or people liked, you know. Then I'm looking for somebody praise to me, you know. It's so bad, so, you know, this ego is so tricky, you know. Going every corner, you know. See? So it said, abandon self-praise and do not expose the faults of others. To maintain an equanimity that does not grasp at anything. So just try to relax, meditate without fear, without expectation, without attachment, without aversion. See, this is the best advice you can get for our own mental peace, to relax. No? See, equanimity, not grasp at anything, but that transcends all intellect and is completely spacious, is my heartfelt advice. So your mind just, the space being spacious mind. 然后各位有这经验了，身体也不上来，现在这样，恐怕找到某些频率节，没大个没可能的面是 also so precious clear, without fixated attachment towards all those things essential to your livelihood. So I want this, I want that, or this is my, just don't fixate it. Don't attach to this. Don't grasp it, say, this is mine. Because, you know, consider them as merely only for long for this life. It's just long. Can you loan some money for me? That means I have to pay back. So all that I own for this life, at the time of death, I have to leave everything beyond and behind. It's long. You cannot carry a penny for next life. But still we are collecting so much. What's there? You can share to all others. And that what you shared, all those you can carry for next life, life after life. And for enlightenment, if you do this for them, in the base on the bodhicitta, you can achieve Buddhahood. As well, if you go around collecting all, can I get this, then you are just collecting all the debts that you have to pay this life, next life. It's a heavy duty, you know. But we do these things. Just look at this and release all the fixation, attachment. Then, to see subjects means people around, the wealth, retinue, even your own body, metta is but your own body is impermanent and basically pointless. This is my heartfelt advice. So meditate on this, relax, just practice this. It's not easy, but if you do every day, meditate, reflect on this, and reflect on the impermanence, bodhicitta, loving kindness, compassion. So then you just look at yourself, my body, speech, mind, be helpful to all others. May I serve all sentient beings with my body, speech, mind, like the earth. So the earth is keep giving to all the people in this planet. Sometimes I wonder, look at all the cars. Everywhere, there's so many cars. All this, where they come from? All the materials that come from where? From the earth. And earth has that much resource. Still we are destroying, keep destroying the earth. Really. When I came in DC, early 80s, there are not that many cars. There are cars, there were cars, but not many like this doing. Then after when I moved to Frederick, at center, and after a few years, and when I come down to late 90s, and then come to near Ceviches, this area, the cars, this car, it just scares me. It threatens me. Also, just going quick, I see how many cars are made. Now from then now how many? Can imagine, So this is how the earth is providing us. We're so greedy. We have only one stomach, one mouth. How much you can eat, how much you can wear. Just reflect, you see. I'm not saying everybody should be very poor, but just generally look at meditate. See? As impermanent and basically pointless is my heartfelt advice. And 34. Rangje lera rangsam tang chang. The big kango treble shash dong. Gewe kanchi mwe gende nizin. Kunji kuyu ningdam. This also you see. Quickly confess and restrain whatever stands you have accrued due to heedlessness. They say, whatever you did, you should be the witness yourself. You should contemplate. Rangje in Tibetan, Rangje Lela. Whatever karma you have created, you just reflect yourself. Be you, yourself, be witness yourself. Oh. If any negative cause, karma, you created, then purify immediately and resolve. Say, don't repeat. Okay. And then he said here, heedlessness. And whatever virtue you have performed should be widely spread throughout dedication. Whatever virtuous deeds you have, or whatever virtue you have accumulated, you just dedicate. Seal the dedication. This type of things, day and night, we should follow. So this is my heart advice. Should be widely spread throughout the dedications. To diligently do this day and night is my heartfelt advice. It's good, isn't it? These are such a precious, Then, in brief, he said here, not children, so in summary, in a nutshell, whatever you do in this life, do not intentionally deceive or be hypocritical towards others. It's not good for you. Do not make the three jewels be displeased with you or ashamed of you. Buddha's wisdom, omniscient mind is everywhere. Cannot hide. So look to yourself. If you're doing something negative, just aware that and purify the mind. I'm doing this because by the power of my mental affliction, I must purify. No? See that. Oh, with shame of you. To engage in completely restraining yourself is my heart advice. Then, what we have? That's, this, these are my 35 pieces of heartfelt advice. They are neither meant for exposing the faults of others, nor for looking down on them. So this is not something to look down on others, but it's to yourself. Watch your own mind. See, no? They are neither meant for exposing the faults of others, nor for looking down on them. They do lack all types of deception and ways of fooling oneself. I have written this down in response to Ngari Chelzema requests. Ngari from upper part of Tibet, western part of Tibet. Looks like there's such a great Lama practitioner, a lady. She requested this, so I wrote this as her request. For her practice and for the rest for this, This is nothing that I read, I write down, I wrote down, not to look others bad, but for the sincere Dharma practitioner, how we can practice ourselves. Rangin Shindu Puchuba, Kashimeba, Titi, Drikung, Shujitapi, Gyokti, Gelek parents. The steps which I Drikung, Shujitaba, Dharmakirti, hastily means swiftly, composed without hypocrisy, is based on my personal practice that I value and hold dear. See. So it's for my reminding, for my Dharma practice, I wrote this so that I can practice sincerely and I can help other people. So, hold dear, made further virtue and goodness. Tanduyuna, Lante temporary, you sobin sela, Mabana, Yendon Tekun, Mata Totabu, Durki Konsu, Shede Yuna Go. That is reminding those who desire liberation, Dharma practitioner, who sincerely practice and better themselves, should rely on these teachings. Okay? And then, but if you aspire to become chief of the assembly in the hell realm, then these pieces of heartfelt advice will turn into wood and poison. Means your poison put in the wind, what will happen? The wound will be burst, So it's not good for you. So, those who want to go to the harem, then you just do, as you like. Otherwise, I wrote this very sincerely to help others. This all, Buddha also said these things. Milarepa said these things, it's not just only Dharmakirti. Those great teachers all said these things. And especially if you heard of Zapadu. Have you heard of Zapadu? Who wrote the what's called? The English, the word of my perfect teacher. You look at it there, he wrote all these things and taking all these, it's still more direct than this here, Okay, we have done so well. It's after 5. Okay, so we did it. And please, reflect on this. Excuse me?
You're the best.
Yeah, please, it's all that I'm so fortunate because here our Drikung Surya Center asked me to go through this, and I tried my best to explain as much as possible in an accurate way. And if I made any mistakes, then I apologize. If you don't like what I said, then I apologize as well. And if you feel he's very tricky, then I apologize. So now there's some dedication prayers. Okay. La. And that, such places so separate. Maybe it's short, maybe it's a short mandala offering.
Short mandala.
作业门多长，为了也是上界心拉米的不来。如果难得心不就不来，拉面错难来，切难一心，大了龙子那些样子，拉面就给好的。我的最近想法，也是我不想说完，给我就是大别心伤，看着左边，想就去我，的我的给你。啊，多去唱嘛，说笑，就干嘛到，多去唱带人闹是吧？我的，诶，夏天这个的，嗯，你说的夏天的话，好像我他妈的，这夏天这个的送上。Well, chanting in Tibetan, you also look at the translation in English. Kanje se pa ni, o na nye be rama panje be, ye ga na je ba lo chu ba yi, si be che le jo wai jo, wan jo ren bo chi, ma je ba na je jo Chư ba nhơ ba mê ba con nghe con tu cùng cảm ơn son là số vài đi cho đưa cô dễ mình vài số vài đi trừ lệ đạo sĩ chế lại số vài đi Lama Tanda Wa Mitra Jaya Vishidra Chamba Thai Tunda Sambo Deya Deshi Tada Kunje Jesu Tanya Deta Tamjera Demu Kusumanya Bejinada, Chini Mikra Bejinada, Gendu Mijin de Bejinada, Chedra Masham. That Kare, that on the social. Tādāng khuṇḍe tam te je de sum do sādāng yubhe gewe tāvān di bādāng sim je nyodo lāna me bā yāda bā yu zhāngzhu rīpo je tō prāng gewe Kunsa kunje chuje je, lende me la wande Drikung. Rinze be je den ba se den ba, Shedu Tuzan Komben Zenjuro Rewe Guruve Shinkansan Panda Dewa Male Jungwen Jere Sawa Genze Jazoi Shabe Sede Bado Genjuro Jore Je Songje Yada Zamba Jube Pekrati Tungu Sambo Jenje Zungu Tila Lunga Gajra Shabe Zung Minjo Somje Damba Zeba Nage Waje Jeze Jambe To the ranger, German, Deva, Juja, Nawa, Gaja, Shabe, John. You know, Arya, Dewa, Jin, Dogama, Joso, Gaje, Jidan, Gombe, Dose, Chendema. Pandeng Galten Koje Gajarati Nidu Jeki Nyamda Nigadin Todo Doje Dabe Tujuji Rime Tembe Kurje Dagreji Tembe Nimagat Nishade Zolo Lama Kunkama Sawara Sowandi Chodo Guzi Rinwa Sowandi Chile Dachi Deva Sowandi Lama Dandewa Mebra Cheje Thank you. And you see, everybody knows, here we have two best teacher, Kemu and Anila. They studied for many years and then went to retreat, practicing fivefold path of Mahamudra, 6 years Narupa. So they are learning English and every day get better and better. And then you support them and then study under them. And then this Dharma Center, Drikung Dharma Suya Center will become a source of the benefiting all the people in this area, because this area is very important. This is close by, so we have to make effort to these precious Dharma teachings, wisdom, compassion, the bodhicitta, so precious. To study the jewel ornament of liberation, and the bodhicitta avatara, so forth. Okay, thank you so much.